All of you, good morning. So in the last session we discussed the concept of pointers. Is it right or not? So here, what is exactly the pointers? So it's nothing but an address of another variable. Is it right or not? Pointer is nothing but address of another variable. What's the use of that? So by that we can hold the address of another variable. So where the actually address entered into the picture? After that already I told you that whenever you store something here, suppose integer a is equal to 10, then it gives the memory block, then 10, it will have the address. So it is address, it is value, it is variable name. See, whenever you store, whenever you declare like this integer a is equal to 10, so inside of the system or in the memory, so it will be stored like this. It allocates one memory and it makes name to that variable a, and automatically the system assigns one address to that, so then the value will be stored. So in our day-to-day life, it is nothing but house number. Is it right or not? Can you construct any home, any house without address? No. So by that only we are identifying very easily. Similarly here also, all the data in the memory blocks, it is identified by using address. So whenever you say any statement, suppose if I am saying printf %d ampersand a, then a. So first it searches the address, then it step first step, again it goes to the value presented in that. So to work on that, what we are doing, we are first itself we are supplying the address to the program. So by that, so we are going to skip this first step by searching up that directly it is going to point the value. Already we discussed about the pointers. Is it right or not in the last class? Everyone is okay? Now here according to this, suppose here when I said integer a, another one is integer a pointer, it is star. It means what I am doing in this case, here I am declaring one normal variable, another pointer variable. It means two variables, and at the same time I am mentioning here the data type also. See, it means according to that rule, whatever the pointer variable you declare or what type of pointer variable declared, only that type of value address can be stored. It means suppose when I say integer a pointer, here I can store the integer value address only. Suppose if I like to store the float, again I will declare the another float variable. It means the float pointer is not possible to use, the integer is not possible to use by the float. It means if there is a float value, if you just to declare it is a float, there must be a float pointer. If you declare it is integer, there must be integer pointer. See. But in some situations, you want to hold both. Okay. In some situations, it means here, a pointer variable defined to a specific data type cannot store the address of other data type variable. You got the point. What's the meaning of this? According to the rule of pointers, a pointer variable defined to a specific data type. It means I am specifying the data type of integer type cannot store the address of other data type variable. Suppose see here, what I am saying means, suppose integer a comma b, then I am declaring integer star a pointer, then okay integer a pointer comma integer b pointer. Everyone's okay? Okay, another one I am declaring here float a integer b. Here if I use the statement like z pointer is equal to address of a, it is wrong. The reason behind this is okay. Okay, here when I am trying to store the value like this, here what I am saying, here float a and integer b, but I am trying to store a pointer is equal to address of variable. Okay, what is the exactly the A pointer? It is nothing but it is here integer, but here it is float. See, it means here the statement becomes run. The reason is that I am declared the integer pointer value, but I am trying to store the floats. Here, at the situations, it means, but in some situations, I like to store the different data type. It means, but in some situations, the programmer want to create a pointer that should store the address of any data type variable. Are you getting the clarity? What I am saying? But in some situations, I like to store any data type inside of this. But in this case, whatever the data type I declared, that type of value can be stored. But what is our intention? So, but in some situations, the programmer wanted to create a pointer that should store the address of any data type variable. Got the point? So, for that, we have the solution. So, what does that means? According to that, okay, here I am writing solution is void pointers. You got the clarity now. What is our interest? I like to store any type of variable address into the pointer variable, but it's not possible in general. To overcome that, there is a one concept, it is a void pointers. Void means here it is nothing but empty. Okay. So this can be done by void pointer. Void means null or empty. Okay. Then how to declare the data type here? Here, in the place of this, I have to declare void star A pointer, comma star B pointer. How to declare this? I have to declare in the place of data type, I have to use the one keyword void. Void means the meaning of that null or empty. Here now, I can store in this A pointer integer or float or character. In B pointer also I can store integer, float, character. The reason is that I am not specifying any data type. What's the now? But here you have to remember some points. This cannot be directly dereferenced like other pointer variables by using the indirection operator. Okay, then it must be suitably typecast to the required data type. See here. Now what is the meaning of this here? Coming to this part here. So if I use like this A pointer is equal to address of A, but here by using void pointer it is possible. But at the same time, the variable rule says that while storing the data into the variable, you must notice to the compiler what type of data you are going to store. But here, when I said like this, A pointer is equal to address of A, and another one is that the other statement is that suppose B pointer is equal to address of B. See. So what I am declaring here? Void star A pointer star B pointer. But I am saying that A pointer is equal to address A, B pointer is equal to address of B. But here it supports you to store the integer and float. But see here, this A pointer is a void. Here A is it is nothing but now it is okay. A is float. Here B is integer. Is it right or not? But here no way to mention the type of data you are going to store inside this. For that, you have to do the other concept, that is typecasting. What is the typecasting? What is the meaning of the typecasting? Means assigning data type while storing the data into the variable. So here at the beginning itself you are declaring the data. But here while storing the data into the variable, you have to specify the data type to the compiler. So that is nothing but typecasting. The definition says that a void pointer may be typecast by preceding its name with a relevant data type followed by an asterisk, both of which are enclosed in pair of parentheses. Is it right? It means what you have to say here. In this case, while storing or while outputting you have to declare the data type of that variable. It means you have to prefix with that. It means you have to store like this. Suppose printf, here I am saying %d \n, but while outputting this you have to write star, here you have to say float. Okay, what you have to write? You have to write here star float. Then here you have to write, suppose the variable name is a pointer. So like that you have to write %d \n, while outputting you have to write the value of that data type. Everyone's okay. It means what type of data you are going to store. Okay, it is a pointer variable. No? You have to write here star. Okay, you have this star. Then the data is float. Then the variable is, it is pointer variable. You have to write star a pointer. It means what I am going to write is nothing but the value is the float. Then the variable is pointer variable. So like that you have to mention. Everyone's okay. So you will take a total full program. Now, what is the concept of this? It is nothing but wide pointers. Okay. Now, I will take the one program here. Demonstration of wide pointer or wide pointers. Integer A, comma, then float B, then I am declaring wide star wide pointer. What I am declaring here? Wide star wide pointers. But I am saying integer A, then float B, then I am saying wide star wide pointer C. So after that, here itself we can store the value as well. Float A is equal to 10, then float B is equal to suppose 10.23. Suppose I am storing both the values here itself in the place of input and everything. Okay. Now I am writing printf value of A is equal to %d \n, then A C. What I am doing? Just I am going to print the value of A. So then after that, printf address of A is equal to %u \n, then address of A. What I am doing? Just I am printing the value of A as well as address of A. Then similarly printf, okay, value of A is equal to, okay, B, %d \n, then B. Then again printf see what I am doing in this case. Just I have taken the A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 10.23. Then I am declaring one pointer with void star void pointer. Then printf value of a is equal to percentage d backslash n a. Then printf address of a is equal to percentage of u, it is unsigned integer. Then backslash n. Then address of a ampersand a. Then printf value of b is equal to percentage backslash n b. Then printf address of b is equal to percentage u unsigned integer. Why? Because the address may be used because of the I am mentioning unsigned integer, that's the u means. Okay. Then backslash n comma address of b. Now what I did? So just I have declared two variables, then one pointer variable. After that I am outputted the normal variable, the a as well as the address of a. Then I printed b and the address of the b. Now we'll see. I am storing the address of this first one. Suppose void pointer is equal to address of a. See what I am doing here? Just I am storing the address of what is the a here? Integer. I am storing into the void pointer. Now we will try to print it. Printf value of a is equal. Is it working or not? That we are going to see. Okay, value of a is equal to percentage d backslash n. So now what I am doing here? Star a void pointer. It means till now I have not assigned any data type to the void pointer. Is it right or not? So for that you have tried like this. Now syntax is star, and in this you have tried the data type is now integer. Is it right or not? Star integer, again star, then close it. Then the variable name is void pointer. So what is the value it contains inside of that? That will be printed. What I am doing? So in the previous case, simply I am outputting C percentage backslash n. Just I am mentioning the variable name. Is it right or not? But here I am prefixing with data type. So which type of data I am going to store in this? Integer. So for that I am saying integer. Then here from which variable I am going to print void pointer. So for that I am using star. Okay. Then again void pointer is equal to address of b. Again I can use like this, printf value of b is equal to percentage of backslash. Why? Because it is a float value. Is it right or not? Then star, then it is float, then star void pointer, then it is a program C. So when I execute this program, automatically what we will get means, so here in this A we will get, okay, when you observe this output, first value of a is equal to is nothing but 10. Suppose you can assume that the variables is like this. A, suppose it's 101, in this it is 10, where it is B, address is value is 10.03, address is 102. Suppose it is a void pointer, and in this the address will be the 103. Suppose C. Address will be the 103. So what about this now? So first when I say it is 10, the address of A is equal to 101. Then value of B is equal to 10.23. Then address of B is equal to, it is nothing but 102. Then after value of A is equal to, so what I am saying, value of A is equal to, but I am storing inside of this, but I am using the pointer variable. Is right or not? Then automatically, so what is the address of void pointer? Automatically it will be stored with the first time it stores with the 101. Okay, why? Because I am taking the A value, storing A. So in this it will be stored with the 101. Okay, what is the value right in the 101? It is nothing but 10. Then value of B is equal to, next time it will overcut. So next what I am storing B. So what is the address of B? 102. Now, so what is the value right in the 102? 10.23. Now we will get 10.23. Got the point? So first I am storing with A, address of A. What is the address of 101? First it stores 101. Then what I am doing? I am printing the white pointer. So what is the value printed in the white pointer? 101. 101 means it is 10. Next, I am overwriting 1 by white pointer is equal to address of B. Now automatically it shows 102. What is the value printed in the 102? 10.23. We will get 10.23 like this. So it is about white pointers. What is the main concept of white pointers? In general, so whatever the data type you declare, only that type of data can be stored in the, okay, see that only that type of address can be stored. Integer pointer value means integer value address can be stored. Float means float can be stored. But here in some cases I like to store any type of data into the variable. For that I have declared it the white pointers. So for that first I am storing address of A is nothing but integer. Next I am storing address of B is nothing but float. But the variable is 1. But I am storing 1 first in integer. First will be integer, second will float. See, by that we are getting the output or marks. That's the concept of white pointers. Everyone is okay? See, the next one is the another. Suppose, see, I am taking another example here. Integer. Here A is equal to integer star A pointer. So when I am writing A pointer is equal to address of A. Suppose what I am declaring integer A is equal to 10, then integer star A pointer, then A pointer is equal to address of A. See, now internal how it will be stored. So first we take the variable name is A and the address will be suppose 101. Other variable is here A pointer 102. Here what I am saying, in this I am storing 10, in this I am storing address of A, it is nothing but 102. So the meaning of the statements is like that. It means integer A is equal to 10, then integer star A pointer is equal to address of A. It means I am storing the address of A into the variable A pointer. That's right. Now internally, when you return the same equation in pictorial form, variable name is A. In that I am storing 10 and it will have the address 101. I have declared another variable A pointer. So the A pointer and I am storing address here. Okay, address of A will be A. Next one. It means here when you observe this, here pointer variable also contains the address. What is the observation you have to do here? Here, even the pointer variable will also have the address. Not only the normal variable, the pointer variables will also have the address. That's the point you have to remember. Okay? It means here, what about the pointers? Pointer definition says that here, what is the definition pointer? Pointer is a variable. It holds address of another variable. This is the definition. What is this? Pointer is a variable. It holds address of another variable. Is it right or not? It means we have to observe the address of another variable. What about this another variable? It means it is a normal variable only. What type of address it will hold? The address of a normal variable. But here coming to this, or in our observation, even the pointer variable will also have the address. Now, our intention is that in some cases you want to hold the address of pointer variable. But up to now we discussed storing the address of variable into the pointer variables. The next question is that if you want to store the address of pointer variable, up to now we stored the address of the normal variable, pointer variable. Now we want to store the address of pointer variable. See, whenever you want to store the address of pointer variable into another variable, so at that time we need another concept, pointer to pointers. What you choose? Pointer to pointers, or you can say it is a chain pointers also. I think you got the idea. What is the pointer to pointers? So pointer to pointers is nothing but another pointer variable, but it holds the address of another pointer variable. To hold the normal variable address into pointer, you have to use the normal pointer. But in some cases, you want to store the address of the pointer variable, then you have to use the pointer to pointers, or it is said to be the chain pointers. Everyone is okay? So that is another concept, pointer to pointers. So pointers are also variables, since they can also be pointed by other pointers, and such pointer variables should be declared with two indirection operators, and such pointer is known as pointer to pointers. See, it means here how to declare that. For example, we can say integer a comma star a pointer. Whatever that integer a star a pointer. But in some case you want to declare the another variable star a pointer, like let's see. It is a normal variable, it is a pointer variable, it is a pointer to pointer variable. Okay. Now when you see the picture here like this, it is a. Again you can take suppose b pointer, a pointer. Here address will be 101. You can take the another variable b pointer. It is address of again 102. But I am storing here a 10. Suppose 101, 102, 103. Now the address will be stored 101. It shows the address 102. But we have the concept up to this part only. It means we can store the address of pointer variable to another pointer. For that, it is the here pointer to pointers. If you want to store the address of this again, it will be extends like that. Okay. Here, how it will work? That you have to discuss. How it will be executed. Okay. So already we have this program in your textbook. We can note down from the textbook, but I will explain you simply how it will work. Suppose if I am printing, suppose print A. What it is going to print? It is going to print 10. Suppose if I use print address of A, it prints 101. See, if I use here print A pointer, then it prints the what is the address A pointer is nothing but 101. Okay, you have to write expression like this. Here A, suppose integer, already we done now. Integer A is equal to 10. Okay. You have to write like this. A pointer is equal to address of A. Then you have to write B pointer is equal to address of A pointer. This is the statement. Alright, okay? Now when I say print A, so that I will print the 10. Then when I say print address of A, it is going to print 101. Okay. So then when I am asking to print the A pointer, so what is the A pointer address here? It contains the 101. Suppose if I use the statement like this, print B pointer. What is the B pointer? So in the B pointer, what is the address of A pointer? There is nothing but again. So when you are taking B pointer, address of this will be the 102C. So like this, you can use the number of statements. Suppose you want to print the value provided in this. So for that, what you use? Here I am writing C printf %d \n A. The other one is printf %d \n. You can use star A pointer. Another one is printf %d \n star B pointer. In both the cases, output is 10. So in all these cases, we will get 10 only. Why? Because when I said A, it prints 10. When I said star A pointer, inside of that the value is 101. Whatever the value 101, 10. Then when I say the pointer to pointers B pointer, it goes like this. In the B pointer 102. So in the 102 address is 101. In the 101 the value is 10. See. Like that we will get out. So in your textbook they have given the clear example like this. So just note down from that. Okay. So by this we complete the concept of pointers. That's okay. In the tomorrow session we will take the new concept and we will discuss. Right. Thank you.